Ryan, you reported earlier this week that talks to send Jimmy to the Warriors, they ended, at least for now. But the Warriors still, they're under some pressure to make a move as well. And Draymond Green, he had some thoughts on the current state of the Warriors, what Joe Lacob's expectations are ahead of the deadline. Here's Draymond.
He's probably one of the most outspoken, if not the most outspoken. And so, in saying that, we all know that he's pissed sitting at 500. And so you'd be a fool to sit back and think like, oh man, everything's just that. Like, not with that guy. That guy is always trying to win. You know, he's always pushing the envelope as much as he can. And so you understand that. You know, you got to know your people and who you're dealing with. And he does not ever. You ever look at him when we losing?
I looked at him all game. He's a scene all game.
He ain't going for no losing. And so sitting at 500, you know, you got to expect that they're going to look to be aggressive. Bet your bottom dollar is tense, but it should be. This ain't some organization that's just looking to be around 500. We want to compete. So it's definitely a little more tense than normal.
Pretty big statement.
He was smiling a little bit from there, but I don't know if I've ever seen Draymond say those words. I think Draymond understands that everything's on the table, maybe including him. And I do think that the Warriors, regardless of what Jimmy Butler says, I don't think that would stop them if they thought that way. And I think the Warriors are very active, and I would say it's unpredictable what Golden State does for the next 2 days, and I think Draymond knows that too.
You know, the Warriors are playing poker with a lot of teams. It feels like the whole league, and I'm wondering who blinks first, right? And they don't want to trade Kuminga, but when they're taking these calls, they're asking for Kuminga. They don't want to trade draft picks because 25, 26, and 27, as you know, they got some talent there, but people are asking for those draft picks, right? So the wish list is like Jimmy and Vucevic and Miles Turner. What helps them a little bit tomorrow is Dennis Schroeder is now available for trade. He has $13 million, and now they could add him into a deal. And so they're trying. But at some point, either they or somebody else is going to have to blink.
There's two different directions Golden State's going to go leading into Thursday. They're going to, I'll steal your poker analogy, they're going to take their chips and they're going to walk away from the table and they're going to say, we're going to figure this out in the offseason.
And would they do that because they hope there's a bigger fish, for lack of a term, better term available?
Because there might be something better available in the offseason. Or they're going to say, you know what? Let's swing for it. Let's swing for a player like Jimmy Butler and still see if we can retain some of our draft equity going into the offseason. There's a lot of moving parts here.
If we're talking about a player, what player?
Jimmy Butler, Kevin Durant. I think everything's on the table.
Everything is on the table.
I do. I think other than Steph Curry, everything's on the table.
You said Kevin Durant, and I can't just let that go. Bobby, have you heard anything on this front?
Listen, I picked Phoenix to go to the NBA Finals before the season started. Full transparency. They're hanging on for 10th place. Eventually, there's going to have to be a conversation regarding the future of Kevin Durant in Phoenix, whether it be in the next 48 hours or whether in the offseason, if this team does not even make the playoffs or even get out of the first round here. I know it's a lot, but I do think the worst thing in this league, Malika, is stubbornness. Stubbornness gets you in the lottery. And I think you have to make a decision here eventually. I don't know if it's going to be in the next 48 hours, but I do think that's something that Phoenix is going to have to embrace here.
Stubbornness paired with mediocrity, and unfortunately, that's sort of what Golden State is staring at.
If you can't trade Bradley Beal, the team that you have is mediocre, and you're looking at Kevin Durant on a one-year contract in the summer, all of a sudden you find yourself in the corner.
And you remember, Book is still pretty young. So if they did Kuminga,
after this week,
that's a young guy that could get Kuminga.
After this week, I truly believe that any move in the NBA is possible. We've seen two seismic ones already. We still have 2 days until the trade deadline, and it'll all culminate with our 3-hour, actually 4.
How's it going, everybody? Villa Sports Network here. Just want to thank you guys for your support on the channel. Thank you guys for watching the video. Hope you all enjoyed it. Also want to kind of remind you to don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment on the video if you like as well. But regardless of the fact, thank you again for your support, and hope to see you on the next video.